Hey everybody, Justin here from Airganic Living. Today we're going over the top 5 ways to avoid accidental litter. For starters, the best way to avoid accidental litter is, it's actually the simplest one, throw away your trash when you're done with it. It doesn't matter if you're at the park, the beach, at your house, wherever it is, there are trash cans everywhere. So use them. It's pretty easy. Even when you're going places like, I don't know, to rent a movie. There's always something. But keep in mind, again, there's trash cans everywhere. Everywhere you go, there's trash cans, whether it's, again, stores or home. I mean, every store has them. Most places have multiple, so right before you walk in the store, throw it away. Now, in kind of going along with simply throw away your trash, sometimes it's not that simple. Sometimes you're getting rid of larger items, or you're in an area where, like say, an apartment complex, or just in general in an area where it's not easy to get rid of bigger items like mattresses, sofas, old TVs, things like that. There are plenty of resources out there that will come and pick it up if it's in half decent shape. Salvation Army. I mean, there's a ton of places. You can also call your city for pickup. I mean, they will schedule a day where they will go out and do a pickup, not necessarily from your home, but from outside of your home. Or you can always contact the people that are in charge of your homeowners association or in charge of your community that you're living in, and they will help you find a way to get rid of it. They will tell you what to do. You don't want to just go and dump it. You don't want to take it somewhere where people frequent constantly. I mean, right now we've got more fishermen coming out. We've got people looking for shark's teeth out here. This is a very, very popular spot, and I come out here usually 2 or 3 times a month just because it's a beautiful spot to hang out. And this right here is the kind of stuff you see everywhere. Next on our list is going to be single-use products. Now, single-use products are everywhere. Everybody uses them. What we've got to try and do is figure out ways to eliminate them. There's all types of products out there that are specifically designed to eliminate single-use products. We pride ourselves in having all natural, sustainable products that are not single-use. You literally can use it for pretty much ever. It's something that replaces a lot of household products that are chemical-based. Pretty much 100% of them are made overseas. And it's something that is kid and pet safe as well, so you don't have to worry about where you're putting it. There's no warning labels on it because it's absolutely safe, because it's made with all natural ingredients right here in the United States. So definitely check that out, airganicliving.com. That's airganicliving.com. Trash cans. Yes, trash cans are everywhere. Yes, you use trash cans at your home, your business, whatever, whether it's a small trash can or a huge dumpster, okay? Use proper lids. Make sure they're strapped down, whatever the circumstance is. If you don't have a proper lid on there, critters are gonna get inside of it, raccoons, they're going to do it. Dumpsters. Whenever things get thrown into dumpsters, same thing. Animals get inside of it, they drag it out, and it's gonna end up everywhere. Now, along with making sure that your trash cans have appropriate lids on them, you also have to maintain your trash cans. If you are a business and you have a dumpster, or you own property or land, or in charge of a management area or anything like that, and there's trash cans out there where it's designed for public use or private use, you have to make sure you maintain the trash cans, which also includes disposing of the garbage that's in there. Otherwise, it's going to look something like this. I do know it was about 3 weeks ago that we were here that this was cleaned up. So that means within 3 weeks this has happened. This is a very, very popular spot. You can see there's plenty of people out here doing things. And unfortunately, that's what you get. And when we walked up here, there was birds all on this. There's birds with literally a plastic bag in its mouth. When I first walked up, I couldn't get the camera out in time. But, you know, if you don't maintain the trash can, this is what's going to happen. I mean, I applaud the people that are at least attempting. However, you set it out here, the wind's going to blow, animals are going to come out, and they're going to drag it everywhere. So you have to maintain your trash cans. Now, chances are a lot of this trash that was here was left by people that were out here hanging out by the water, maybe fishing, something like that. And of course, that's an issue, and that leads us back to our number 5, which is the simplest one. Dispose of your trash properly, throw it away correctly. But this type of thing is also blown in. There's a lot of parking lots where trash is everywhere. I'm sure there's a lot of people that actually do pick up the trash, you know, in between shift changes and when they're supposed to, but it's just gonna come right back because it blows in, because chances are somebody either didn't seal their trash can lid properly, or onto our next one, they didn't clean their vehicle properly. When you're packing things into your vehicle, either get a toolbox, or if there's a spot already designed for it, use it. So when you're going to be traveling and you've got things inside the bed of your truck, strap it down. Always keep bungees with you, because you never know when you're going to have to load something or move something around or anything like that. But always keep extra straps with you. How often does that happen to you? When you go to a gas station to get gas next time, go ahead, clean out that door panel. That hurt. So we just spent about an hour or so doing a cleanup at a park that we just did a cleanup at. See how much trash we actually collected here. There you have it. 7.7 pounds of trash in less than a week. Now, a lot of people don't give two thoughts to what a cigarette filter is actually made of. It's actually a substance called cellulose acetate, which is a type of plastic. And there's 12 to 15,000 little strands of plastic inside that filter. There's chemicals that are added to them to make them turn brown when the smoke hits it, to give you that sense of filtration and know it's doing its job, that kind of thing. Sure, the filter probably is working, but that was a marketing ploy. And aside from that filter having that chemical in it that they've added to it, it's also got all your tar, which is kind of a mixture of all the different poisons basically that are coming out of the cigarette into that filter. And when you flick that out and it stays in the elements, this is what it ends up looking like. All of this is plastic. Right here at the tip, you can see that's what's actually been absorbed into the filter from, that's the tar from the cigarette. But this is all plastic. This is called cellulose acetate. And again, there's thousands of these little strands, and little by little, these break up and just end up in the soil. Ultimately, unfortunately, a lot of times they end up in the belly of an animal, and that's not cool. So that's why you have to start getting rid of your cigarette butts in a responsible way. Either put them into a container, put them in the trash, whatever you have to do. Don't just flick it. Think twice about it. Again, to all the smokers out there, you flick your cigarette butt, but you probably wouldn't throw a styrofoam cup out your window as you're driving down the road. And it's kind of the same thing. So start thinking about it like that. It's not really discussed like this. It's not really broadcasted this way, but it is kind of the last acceptable form of litter, basically, which is flicking your cigarette butt out your window or into your garden or something like that. You don't take into account that there's chemicals inside of that filter. The filter is made of plastics. It's not good for the environment. It's especially not good because it's estimated about 4.5 trillion cigarette butts get discarded in an improper way, which means that's 4.5 trillion of them each year that have the potential to either damage soil, contaminate waterways, or end up in the belly of an animal. And that is something that we really want to prevent. We need to look at it like this. Cigarette butts are litter. They are trash. They are plastic. You wouldn't take your plastic bottle, I would hope not. You wouldn't take your plastic bottle and just chuck it out the window when you're done drinking it, right? You save it, you throw it away, you recycle it, you do whatever you have to do with it without throwing it out into the elements. Treat that cigarette butt just like you would treat that water bottle, because in essence it's the same thing, if not worse, because those cigarette filters are made up of thousands and thousands, 12 to 15,000 on average, little plastic threads that break up and eventually turn into microplastics, which are little pieces of plastics that are no bigger than typically around 5 millimeters long. And as they end up into waterways and things like that, the currents move them around and break it up. That's how microplastics are typically made, especially in the oceans. That's where it happens most commonly, from what I can tell, but from what I've found. But microplastics are caused by you know, a standard piece of plastic being thrown into the water, thrown into the trash improperly on the ground, whatever, and it makes its way into the water. And as it floats around for days, weeks, months, years in the currents, it gets broken up and eventually gets very, very small. So that stuff's starting to end up in our food, things like that. It's pretty gross. They've discovered microplastics inside the bellies of every single type of sea turtle. Every species of sea turtle has been documented to have different types of microplastics in it all over the entire globe. It's a big problem. We definitely need to make a big change. And a lot of that too comes from cigarette butts. You're out here fishing, something like that, what do? You flick your cigarette butt, you don't even think about it. There's chemicals in the cigarette butt, aside from that plastic, that are detrimental to the water, to the soil that it ends up in, and especially the animal that is eventually gonna make its way toward. So in summary, the top 5 ways to avoid accidental littering are: simply throw away your trash. Use as few single-use products as you possibly can. Make sure your dumpsters and your trash cans have proper lids on them. Clean out your vehicle. Make sure the bed of your truck is cleaned out. If you are gonna haul something, make sure that you're strapping it down or keeping it tied down in a way where it's not gonna blow out when you hit the highway or the road. And finally, if you are a smoker in any way, shape, or form, make sure you dispose of your cigarette butts properly. There's all types of companies like TerraCycle, and there's a bunch of companies that are able to recycle those cigarette butts that you throw on the ground. Don't be that person that flicks it out the window anymore, because that's just the same as throwing a styrofoam cup out the window. Thanks for checking out the video, everybody. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Head over to airganicliving.com to pick up one of our pouches. They're all natural, made in America, sustainable, made with natural ingredients that are plant mineral based. Every pouch has a donation that goes to One Piece Project, which supports what we're doing out here, which is doing trash cleanups, litter cleanups, things like that. They're gonna help make your area and your city look better, but most importantly, it's gonna make sure that wildlife habitat stays safe and free of trash that gets ingested by animals. So every pouch purchased, $1 is donated to that program and to support that program. So be sure to do that. Airganicliving.com. We'll catch you on the next one.